They told you mindfulness would bring instant peace, that if you just focused on your breath, everything would fall into place. But what if I told you that's only half the story? Mindfulness, as it's taught today, is a fragment of an ancient science, stripped of its depth, packaged for quick consumption, sold as a solution. The truth? Most people practicing mindfulness are doing it wrong because they've been misled about its true purpose. It was never meant to numb you, never meant to be a band-aid for a restless mind. In its original form, mindfulness was a radical practice of awakening, designed to expose the illusions of the self, to shake you out of complacency, to unlock hidden layers of awareness. But somewhere along the way, it became a product, a trend, a way to keep you calm, while leaving the real transformation behind. Stay with this, because what you're about to hear might completely change how you see mindfulness and why it hasn't worked the way you hoped. Before we continue, ask yourself, has mindfulness truly changed your life, or has it only made you tolerate it? Leave your thoughts below. Your story might resonate with someone else who feels the same. Next, we'll uncover how ancient mindfulness was nothing like the version you've been taught, and why that matters now more than ever. The mindfulness you know today is designed for comfort, but the original practice was designed for truth. Ancient mindfulness wasn't just about calming thoughts. It was about seeing through them. When early practitioners sat in silence, they didn't seek relaxation. They sought to confront the raw chaos of the mind, to witness every fear, every craving, every false identity, until the illusion of self began to unravel. It was intense, unforgiving, transformative. It shattered egos, it exposed hidden trauma, and through that process, it liberated. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't want that. They want relief, not awakening. So modern mindfulness was softened, turned into something easy, digestible, marketable. 10 minutes a day, an app on your phone, a quick fix for stress, without ever touching the deeper layers of suffering. This isn't by accident. When mindfulness is reduced to a feel-good tool, it keeps you functional, but not free. If you've ever felt like your meditation practice was missing something, you're not wrong. You're sensing the gap between what it is and what it was meant to be. So let's bridge that gap. In the next part, you'll discover why true mindfulness was once considered dangerous by those in power, and how it can still disrupt the systems that shape your reality. And if you're ready to explore beyond the surface, hit subscribe. What's coming next will take you deeper than you've ever gone. Did you know that in ancient times, true mindfulness was considered dangerous? Not because it harmed the mind, but because it freed it. When you start to see reality without filters, you stop being easy to control. You see through fear. You see through the endless chase for status, possessions, validation. You begin to understand how much of your life has been shaped by conditioning. This level of awareness terrifies systems built on distraction. It makes you question everything. And someone who questions everything cannot be manipulated like someone who drifts through life half asleep. That's why, historically, deep meditation was taught only in secret. It wasn't for the masses. It was for those prepared to let go of everything they thought they were. But today, mindfulness has been watered down into a safe, quiet practice that keeps you calm, but not awake. Think about it. Have you ever finished meditating and felt more numb than clear? Like it took the edge off, but didn't actually shift anything deep inside? That's not your fault. It's the way it's been presented to you. Drop a comment if you felt this gap too. Do you feel like the mindfulness you've been taught is incomplete? Your answer might help someone else realize they're not alone. Next, we'll uncover how true mindfulness unlocks hidden layers of your mind and why it can feel uncomfortable before it becomes freeing. Real mindfulness is not always peaceful. At first, it's unsettling. When you watch your thoughts without running from them, you begin to notice patterns you never saw before. The fear beneath the anger, the craving beneath the distraction. The endless stories the mind tells itself to feel in control. And here's the paradox. This discomfort is the doorway. Ancient teachers said, if you sit long enough with the storm, you'll see the clear sky beyond it. But most modern mindfulness stops at the storm. It soothes you just enough to keep you from digging deeper. Why? Because going deeper means change. It means you start living differently. You stop playing the same games society expects, and that can feel threatening, not just to you, but to the systems around you. This is why real mindfulness is rare. It takes courage to face what you've been avoiding. It takes patience to see beyond the first layers. But once you break through, something incredible happens. A stillness emerges that isn't fragile, a clarity that doesn't depend on external calm, a freedom no one can take from you. If you've ever had even a glimpse of that stillness, share it below. Your story might inspire someone to go deeper. And if you want more than the surface-level mindfulness you've been sold, hit like now. Because in the next part, we'll explore how mindfulness was originally connected to unlocking hidden human potential and why that part was erased from history. What if mindfulness was never just about calming the mind, but about unlocking hidden human potential? Ancient traditions saw mindfulness as a key to awareness beyond the ordinary senses. When the mind becomes truly still, not distracted, not suppressed, but crystal clear, you start noticing subtleties you've missed your entire life. You sense the energy in your own body. You feel the unspoken emotions of others. You notice synchronicities, patterns, whispers of something greater moving through you. This isn't magic. It's what happens when you peel away the noise that keeps you blind. But imagine what happens if a whole society awakens to this level of perception. They'd see through propaganda. They'd see through the illusion of endless consumption. They'd no longer be easy to manipulate. Maybe that's why true mindfulness was stripped of its depth before being popularized in the West. Because when you reduce it to just breathe and relax, it doesn't disrupt the system. It keeps people calm enough to keep running on the same hamster wheel. So here's a question I want you to answer in the comments. Do you think society benefits more from you being calm or from you being truly awake? And if you want to see what awakening really means, stay with this, because what comes next might surprise you. There's another layer they never told you about. When mindfulness is practiced deeply, you begin to see the space between thoughts. And in that space, you realize something shocking. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the awareness behind them. It sounds simple, but when you experience it, everything changes. The fears that controlled you lose their grip. The cravings that consumed you dissolve. And the endless internal dialogue falls silent, revealing a vast stillness you didn't know was always there. This is the state ancient teachers called true presence. It's not passive, it's powerful. Because when you're no longer trapped in your own mind, you can respond to life with clarity instead of reaction. You become grounded, free, unshakable. But here's the uncomfortable part. Modern mindfulness programs rarely take you there. They keep you hovering at the surface, just enough to feel temporary relief. Are you ready to go deeper than that? If so, hit like right now. It tells me you're serious about discovering what mindfulness really is. Next, we'll reveal why the modern mindfulness industry doesn't want you to know these truths, and who actually profits from keeping you only half awake. Let's talk about the modern mindfulness industry. Billions are spent every year on apps, retreats, corporate wellness programs. It's sold as a cure for stress, a way to optimize yourself for productivity. But pause and really think about this. If mindfulness is supposed to liberate you from the cycle of endless striving, why is it packaged as a tool to make you more efficient in the very system causing your stress? True mindfulness asks uncomfortable questions. Why are you stressed in the first place? Why are you trapped in cycles of endless work and distraction? Why do you feel the need to constantly improve instead of just be? But if you wake up to those questions, you might start saying no. No to overwork. No to blind consumption. No to living someone else's idea of a successful life. And here's the thing. If too many people wake up, the system cracks. So instead, you're given a watered-down version. One that soothes just enough to keep you functioning. Have you ever felt like mindfulness made you calm, but didn't actually change the deeper problem? Comment below if you've noticed that strange feeling that you're doing it right, but something is missing. And if this resonates, share this video with someone you know is searching for more, because what we're about to uncover next might explain exactly why you felt that way. So, who benefits from you staying only half awake? Think about it. When you're slightly calmer but not truly awake, you keep buying. You keep working harder. You keep playing the same game, believing that a little more money, a little more success, a little more self-improvement will finally bring peace. But the truth mindfulness was meant to reveal is this: peace doesn't come from fixing the external. It comes from realizing the external never defined you in the first place. That kind of awakening can't be sold. It can't be packaged into a 10-minute guided audio. It can't be monetized by the same systems that profit from your stress. And maybe that's why you were never told the full story. But now you know, and knowing creates a choice. You can keep using mindfulness as a temporary relief, or you can step into the deeper path it was always meant to be. If you're ready to explore that deeper path, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready." Your words might be the spark that helps someone else take this step too. And if this opened your eyes, like this video now, it's one small action that helps bring these forgotten truths back into the light. Subscribe if you want to keep peeling back the layers of what you were never told. Because the journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. Here's the final piece they never told you. Mindfulness was never about escaping life. It was about meeting life fully awake. It was a training to see clearly, not to hide from discomfort, but to move through it with presence, to see the mind's endless stories for what they are, fleeting patterns, not ultimate truths. And when you truly see this, you stop being ruled by fear. You stop being trapped in the past or the future. You stop waiting for someday to feel whole. This level of clarity changes everything. You become less reactive, more intentional, and paradoxically, even in chaos, you feel a stillness that can't be shaken. But here's the challenge. It's not easy. It's not quick. It's not always comfortable. That's why the modern version skips the depth, because the real journey takes courage. If you've ever felt that quiet whisper that there's more to mindfulness than you've been told, acknowledge it now. Type "I feel it" in the comments, because when you name it, you begin to claim it. And if you want to join others who are ready to go deeper, share this video. You never know who's waiting for this reminder. Now, let's close this with the most important truth of all. Everything you've been seeking through mindfulness, peace, clarity, freedom, has been with you all along. It's not in an app. It's not in a retreat. It's in the simple, direct act of seeing yourself as you truly are. That's what ancient mindfulness was pointing to. Not a temporary calm, but a permanent shift. The question is, will you choose it? Will you keep settling for the surface-level version designed to keep you comfortable? Or will you take the brave step into the unknown, where real transformation lives? This is your invitation, to stop running, to stop numbing, to start seeing. And here's where you come in. Leave a comment sharing one insight you're taking from this journey. Your words might be the exact spark someone else needs. If this message resonated, like this video now, it tells the algorithm there's value here, and it helps bring these forgotten truths to more people who need them. And subscribe if you're ready to explore what mindfulness and awakening really means. Because this isn't the end of the conversation, it's the beginning of your deeper journey. The path has always been waiting for you. The only question is, are you ready to walk it?